Hello, I am Test Drive and welcome to episode 50 of Forza Motorsport 2. In this episode, we're buying another car because I'm going to be doing another one-make series. And that car is going to be none other than a Honda. Specifically, a Honda NSX-R. I gotta find a good color to make it. Ooh, that bronze is pretty good though. Oh hey, I just used this car with this color on PGR2. Excuse me. I do not want to make it that color again because it's kind of ugly. But yeah, bronze it is. And we shall do another set of one-make races because I don't know. Why not? I guess I could show this. So yeah, basically, everybody's in on NSX-R. A lot of upgrades must be set to no. You know, the basics. So you have Sunset Peninsula Infield, Suzuka Circuit, Tsukuba, and Laguna Seca. So let's go to Peninsula of Sunset. Yes, any upgrade that you buy is counted as an upgrade. The only thing you can do is adjust your tire pressure. That is the only thing that'll the game will actually let you do without complaining at you that you've, you know, screwed around with the car. Let's go. Hey, there's the weird green color, and there's also one that's my color off to the right. Okay, this is gonna suck because people are gonna oh, maybe not. I thought they were gonna lock up their brakes like they sometimes do at the beginning of this track. Oh, please. Let me past. Please. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for no touchy. We basically went from a small mid-engine rear-wheel drive sports car to a slightly larger mid-engine rear-wheel drive sports car. Balls. I'm alive. I'm doing well. I'm doing very well because I'm fairly far in first place. Which I will happily accept, of course. I gotta wash clothes tonight at some point. Remembering my adult responsibilities. Ugh. Not fun. Shit. The big shit. I need to fix my posture. My posture is so bad. It's been a while since I've complained about my posture, actually. For whatever reason. We're going to be on this track for like 8 minutes, judging by my previous lap time. Maybe a little bit over 8 minutes. Maybe. Oh god. This is not quite the correct way to take that. I love the NSX's brake lights. I think that's my favorite part about the NSX. They're so good. I just love how simple they are, too. I'm really bad at taking that last turn before the oval part. I screw it up almost every time I go on it. Me trying to flip my hair out of my face. It's not in my face. I'm really good at that. I'm really glad this is also just the infield track. So much simpler. Fuck. Still can go off the road though. Super easily. It's just what I do. I was actually kind of surprised at the, whenever I went down to Austin, Texas for the Radwood show, I was surprised at the lack of NSXs. There was like 2, I think? And like, there were 2, let's see, there were 3 Lancia Delta Integrales there. So, like, there could have been more NSXs. And the one NSX was actually pretty crazy modified too. Speaking of which, I need to post that video on the Patreon. I almost forgot about that. I will do that after this episode recording. Yeah, there was Lancia Deltas, there was a 959, there was a fucking F40, a Porsche 924 Carrera GT, a couple of Toyota Celsiors, a couple of LS400s. So it would have fit right in if I would have taken my LS400, of course. But I didn't. I trailered my fucking TC by Maserati down there. But yeah, it was a fun time though. Had a very nice time going down there and back. I only almost died once. Whenever I wasn't wanting to get sandwiched between a semi-truck and a Saturn Ion. Had to go off the road a little bit. That was fun. Let's see what else happened. I ran over some construction worker's tape because he dropped it and it rolled in front of me as I was driving down the opposite, because they had the right lane closed, so I was in the left lane, you know, just cruising with everybody else. And yeah, some guy just drops a fucking roll of tape and it rolls right in front of me, and I didn't have time to stop or miss it because it was also kind of rolling on an angle, so it was like kind of spinning around and I didn't even know exactly where it was going to be. And I figured I knew pretty well whenever I felt a bump. So rip to that roll of tape. But it's definitely a show I want to visit again. Preferably with a car that I can actually drive around town and not have a trailer, maybe. That would have been the nicest part about taking my LS400, but whatever. Yeah, maybe I'll just take my LS400 next show I want to go to. Don't know which one would be the next one I would want to go to. Because I don't think I'm going to quite want to spend the money to go to the one in South Carolina that's like later this month. Honestly, my life goal is just to have my 16-valve TC by Maserati be the first 16-valve TC by Maserati in a Radwood show. And I succeeded. And that's like the main thing I cared about. So I was like, okay, I'll just drive my LS400 now, or my Ram, or whatever. Level 35! Nice. Ooh, we got a 911 GT3 Cup car. Very nice. Very big nice. Oh. Shit. Free car. I love free cars. 394 horsepower. Alright, on to Suzuki. Samurai. I'm gonna take a drink while I have a chance. Ah, delicious. Alright, next. What else did I see there? There was a bunch of key van, well, not key vans, I guess. There were some key trucks there, though. Kai? However you say it, little tiny ass trucks. And also, like, there was a Cappuccino, Suzuki Cappuccino, Honda Beat, a Suzuki, I think it was actually an Alto Works. Like, the one that's famous for having the lowest fucking res texture on it in Gran Turismo 5 out of every other car in Gran Turismo 5. And it was sad because they kept it in for GT6 as well. Exactly the same way as it was. But it was something like that. I don't know if it was specifically that, but I think that's what it was. There was like Toyota Hiace vans and Mitsubishi Delicas and Pajeros and Land Cruisers and all kinds of other cool right-hand drive trucks. I was parked between an Isuzu Gemini that was like some special dual rig cam all-wheel drive edition that I didn't know exactly what it was. And the other side of me was a Toyota Celsior that looked very similar to my LS400, but except for it was black. It was also lowered on C4 Corvette wheels. There was a total of one A86 there. Only one, surprisingly. There was a JDM Honda Del Sol with the trans top, which is pretty cool. Where the trunk rises up and grabs the roof and brings it back in automatically. So you never have to touch the roof to take it off. So I think that's the only automated Targa top I've ever seen on a car. What else was there? There was some big American stuff, like there was at least one Cadillac Sedan DeVille and a Buick Roadmaster. Not a wagon, sadly, though. It was a sedan. A couple of other turbo Mopars. Shelby CSX, a Daytona with an SRT4 engine swapped into it, and a Shelby Dodge Lancer, which is pretty cool. There was a 4-speed manual 82 Dodge van, like a full-size van there, which everybody thought was pretty neat. There's some Mark III Supras, some Mark IV Supras. I think there was at least one Celica Supra there, which I thought was pretty cool because I like the Celica Supra a lot. What else? A couple Preludes, including one that had some crazy like homemade wide body kit on it. Got a few clips of that in my video. That's coming up on Tuesday, which if you'd like to be notified about this video, I'll probably end up posting in my Discord. So if anybody wants to do !Discord, you can join my Discord there. And I will ping you whenever the video goes up. And I will also ping whenever I start streams, because I like to let people know when I'm streaming. And otherwise I like post it on Twitter and of course on YouTube and stuff. What else was there? A couple SC300s. Don't think there was any actual SOARs there. There was an SC that had SOAR badges, but it was left-hand drive, so I was like, that's not a SOAR. Not in the slightest. What else was... A shitload of Mercedes, like 80s and 90s Mercedes, which I learned, I didn't realize before the event, that you can like stand the hoods on like 80s and 90s Mercedes sedans straight up and down. I had no clue that you could do that, but like every single one of them did it at one point. And I was like, that's really interesting. Because, you know, even when I worked at the car dealership and I drove those cars, I never did that. I just opened the hood normally and had it open, you know, 75 degrees or whatever. There was a set of, it was a 300 SL, I think, and a SL 600 straight across from where I parked, which I love R129s, so that was very nice. There was even at least, I think, one R107 there. Could have been a 450 SL, a 380 SL. I don't know if, I guess those would have came with like a 300 SL, 500 SL, 560 SL. Could have been any of those. I didn't pay enough attention to it. I saw it a total of once, and I don't really care for those cars very much, so I didn't pay much attention to it. What else was there? There was one first gen Neon, which was really nice, and it was an ACR, which was even cooler. There was a bright pink Jeep Wrangler that was apparently owned by Dee Snider of Twisted Sister, which was interesting. There's a Chevy Celebrity Eurosport VR, which was basically just like a very, very, very fancy looking version of the Chevy Celebrity. I didn't really get too close up with it, and I should have, because I've never seen one in person before. And I thought it was kind of interesting, because the wheels are weird on it. It's like they almost painted the drum brakes red, maybe? And then just had an alloy wheel over it, or it was just like a steel wheel that's painted red with hubcaps. I honestly don't know. It looked very strange. And they don't have a grill, like in the normal spot. It's like covered up by a gray piece of bodywork for some reason. Just a kind of a strange car overall, but it won the raddest domestic there, so they're obviously doing something right. What else was there? What else won? A couple Broncos. The Bronco won the raddest truck award. There were big trucks like Chevy C30s, square body C30s there. Diesel, or not diesel, but dually. Very interesting. You'll get to see like all that, plus much more in the video that's coming up on Tuesday at youtube.com/testdriveblogs. Even though the channel's not called that anymore. Whatever. It is now, the channel is now called Cool Stuff in Weird Cars. Which I felt was much more descriptive and interesting sounding for the channel. Yeah, you can check it out at, I guess I'll probably upload it at like 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Something like that. And if you're watching this video on YouTube and you have no idea what I'm talking about, by the time this video comes out, that video will be out for sure. So just check out the link in the description below to go to my other channel. That's all you gotta do. But it's definitely an event I would go to again, and I will go to it again at some point. Especially if they have one that's close, like even like Chicago or Kansas City. I would happily drive like 4.5 to 5 hours to go to Redwood. Considering I drove 12.5 hours to get to that one, if not longer. Yeah, I'd definitely drive a few hours less to get to one. And we are across the line. My chair is super squeaky. I'm going to move this because it's like just getting in my way. I have not taken a picture of this car yet. I need to do that. Next race. I shall do that. God, my chair is so squeaky. Alrighty. Next race at Tsukuba. A short track time. Alright. Why did my bitrate just spike up? Like in the last minute or two? Streaming is strange. Ah, bastard. Photo time. Perfect. 5-0. What do you zoom? Ah, bastards. Like an enemy spotted, holy shit. If you could just not smack into me like that, that'd be great. I don't know how I'm pulling ahead, but I am. I'll take it. Ah. Like, I do love these games, but they get pretty repetitive, I'm not gonna lie. Any game like this, Gran Turismo, Forza, hell, Grid. Basically any game where you're just driving around a track for multiple laps and you go to a different track and you drive around it multiple laps. They get a little, I don't want to say boring, but a little just making me tired. This will probably end up being a fairly short stream tonight, because I do have some things I need to take care of later on, but I figured I'd get on here and play a little bit of this. Since it's been so long since I've played something that isn't PGR2. I need to get on a better streaming schedule, honestly. Like streaming earlier in the night. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's better to stream earlier, like maybe like 5 p.m. or something, or if it's better to stream later, like 8 p.m. I don't know much about Twitch streaming. I haven't done it enough to really know. Because I want to do it at a time where the most people can, you know, come and check it out, because that'd be pretty cool. That's why people follow me, I think. To see the streams. I don't know. We'll see here in the coming future. In the nearish future. Things are going to get interesting for sure, to say the least. Mitsubishi Motorsports. A 6-speed, yeah. I wonder if the driving dynamics of the 6-speed NSX are any different from a 5-speed NSX. Because they were both roughly the same. They both made roughly the same amount of power, and you know, they're basically the same car. I mean, all they changed was they changed around the headlights, and I think changed the interior just a slight amount, and that was it. So I'd be curious to drive like a 5-speed, like a 91 NSX, and then drive like an 04 NSX directly afterwards with a 6-speed. I don't even know if I've ever actually seen a post-facelift NSX in real life before. I've seen a lot of like the pop-up headlight ones, but not any like this. And I know they made them. Rob Spaghetti has one. I think there might actually be one for sale somewhere in a dealership around St. Louis. They're asking way too much money for it, I'm pretty sure, though. Ah. I need to think of some ideas of stuff to make for real car videos. I want to make car review videos, but I also want to do other stuff. Like I was thinking, just do ones like, you know, how much money total have I spent on my LS400 or the TC or even my Ram, which I think people would find interesting, maybe. I don't know. You'd be surprised at the kind of stuff that flops on YouTube and the kind of stuff that gets a shitload of views. You never know what to expect uploading a video. I mean, with uploading stuff like this, like Let's Play videos, it's usually going to be, well, it depends on, it's more so like the series of game compared to the, like the actual video itself. Because, you know, once you get in like part 20, 30, 40, whatever, they start to kind of stagnate and go kind of low in views because the people who have, like, you know, that didn't care much in the first place, they're not watching by then. But the people who are still watching, they're just kind of there. But it really matters, like, you know, like I said, at least on my channel, if I played Midnight Club, whatever, a different Midnight Club game, which isn't incredibly easy to do right now, because considering I've played through Midnight Club 1, 2, 3, and now part of Los Angeles, it's most likely going to get a decent amount of views, but, you know, I might get a bunch of views off of, like, a first part of Gran Turismo game, or, fucking, I don't know, whatever other random game I play. All you have to do is just take YouTube views with a grain of salt. It sucks because sometimes you're like, hey, I put, you know, however many hours of time into making this video, and then all of a sudden it gets less views than a video that you made in 30 minutes or whatever. You never know what's going to happen. You can't control it in the slightest, usually. Some people do the whole clickbait thing, and, you know, that just kind of, that's what kind of secures them success, but I don't know. As somebody who is still fairly small in the grand scheme of things on YouTube and Twitch, I may not even know what the hell I'm talking about, honestly. Sure, I've been doing this for 10 years, but you just don't really know until you actually get success, like a lot of success off of something. It's interesting, to say the least. Do I have one more race left to do in this? I think I do. Alright, I'm gonna lean up a little bit. I was just complaining about my posture, and now I'm just leaning back in the chair and being extremely lazy. It's what I do. Ooh, Laguna Seca. I have 808,000 credits. Just a few. I like how the other bronze NSX always starts like a position behind me. It's like the game knows, like, hey, you have the car in this color, you start by other car with this color. Maybe. I think there's a black one way in last, and there's a black one that started in first. That just fucking hit me. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know how games work. I don't know how YouTube works. I don't know how Twitch works. I don't know how shit works. I'm just doing my best. It's all I can do at this point. How much horsepower does this car have, actually? My curiosity has been piqued. 290, roughly. Alright. I'm guessing that's how much the earlier NSX was made. I'm not entirely sure, actually. I just remember that this track is no longer Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. Isn't it? I think it's WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Something like that. They changed it after so many years of heritage. Kind of like how Gateway Motorsports Park is now Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway, I think. And it's been Gateway as long as I can remember. So it's kind of weird adjusting to a different name on something that you've seen for years and years as a different name. But I guess things change. Can't really do much about it. People buy things, things get bought out. You know. Shit happens. Surprised I actually drifted like all that. NSXs are not really known for their drifting abilities. You start working out in some way. At least exercising in some way. Can like some sort of exercise plan. I'm definitely not going to be getting the exercise that I'm currently getting from work for more than just a little longer. Gotta get thick. Do some squats. Do some running. We'll see. We'll see what happens, maybe. Maybe I'll just see what happens. I don't think working out would be a thing that I would stream. Not gonna lie. No offense to anybody, but I just... I can just start a VR chat. Stream myself working out while in VR chat. Yes. That sounds like a fantastic idea. Having long hair is great until you get everything itchy. My neck is itchy, my face is itchy, my nose is itchy. My fucking mouth is itchy. Everything itches when you have long hair. Be forewarned. There's my fucking eyeball itching right there. And no matter how many times you brush your hair out of your face, it will always be back in your face right away. And no matter where you tie it up at, it will always find a way out. At least one hair. One individual strand of hair will find its way to something ticklish on your face. Without fail. The Rahal Strait. I'm actually curious. I don't know how long this track was Mazda branded before WeatherTech bought it. God, itchy. Eyeballs. I have to look that up. I feel like it was Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca for a long, long time. Like from probably maybe even the 80s. I don't know. Why can't it be Coca-Cola Raceway Laguna Seca? That sounds pretty cool. Get some Coke influence, get some Coke dollars coming through. Although I feel like Coke doesn't really have that much to do with racing. Red Bull does. Red Bull could do it. I don't know. I'm just pulling things out of my ass right now, honestly. I have no clue what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about 99% of the time, but especially not right now. I'm just like watching signs as I go by. I'm like, here's a thing to talk about. It works-ish. I'm guessing that's facing that way, so those people up there can see it. Because putting it the other direction on the like right past the corkscrew, I feel like not many people would actually see it. I guess it's also sponsored by Road and Track. With the old Road and Track font. But anyways, there we go. There's that done. Hip hip hooray. I didn't take a fucking picture of the car, did I? Oh, no, did I? I did. I'm stupid. I have to get it to Cuba. On the level forward, yada yada yada, bada bing, bada boom. Completo. We have achieved a race car NSX. Very nice. Cool. Did I say 490 horsepower? Yeah, that's a lot. So there we go. That will conclude this episode. I think maybe we'll keep going on with these for the next few episodes. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.